and how you decided to do it.
Sure. All right, so for those of you that don't know yet, I'm the owner of Catoctin Creek Distilling Company. So we make whiskey, and we make gin, and we make brandy.
Yeah, so as I told people I'd be talking to you, the first question was, "Are you bringing any samples?" And they got like this wild look in their eye. It's mostly marketing right there.
Stand up, I have something in my suitcase.
As you go into marketing, they've got a sign on the wall that says 2 drink minimum.
Yeah.
Seriously. Anyway, sorry.
It was funny because at dinner the other night, he's taking a whiskey guy out to dinner and he orders a cranberry. So,
We've established that I'm the wrong guy for this job all the way around, and I think that's right.
Yeah, so basically, we started the company in February of '09, and I kept bugging my wife. I kept bugging her for a couple of years. Becky, we need to start this business. We need to do a distillery. Boy, a distillery would be cool. That'd be neat. And she kept being like, yeah, whatever. And finally, I think she got kind of pissed off with me, and she said, well, damn it, Scott, go write a business plan. And I was like, oh, yeah, business plan, and so I did, and I think she thought that would be the last she ever heard of me. And I came back to her, and I had this business plan, and I got it reviewed by some people that were really smart entrepreneurs in our area that I thought could give some good advice. And I put it in front of her, and we were going to put our own life savings into this, so what she and I had raised over the past 20 years. And so it was really important that she buy into this crazy concept. And so we looked at the business plan together, and she thought, this could work. We could do this. And so we took it to the bank. And it was July of '09, so right in the pit of the economic downturn. And about 4 weeks later, the bank called us up and said...
That's actually one of the better times to produce an alcoholic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, our slogan is, when times are good, people drink. When times are bad, people drink. So, but we got 4 weeks later, we got a call from the bank, and they said, come on in and sign your papers. You guys have your SBA loan. And we were like, holy crap. Now we have to do it. This is crazy. So we ordered the equipment. We submitted our federal license to be a legal distillery. And within 3 months we were licensed, we had production up and running, and we were making whiskey, and it's been nonstop since then.
That's great. So you talked about your wife prompting you to come up with a business plan, and she's a key part of the business, obviously, because you still have a day job.
Yeah, I do, and I'm trying to shake it loose. I feel kind of stingy having 2 jobs when some people don't have one. My wife is a chemical engineer, so she has a lot of process and industrial knowledge. She used to work at Cibavision just up the street from here. So she was a big part of that. My business background was for all the accounting and everything like that. So
how did you come to start using Peachtree?
We actually won second place. I've got to find a lot in there, give him a movie. And we won second place in the buy discounts. Oh, is he? Okay, that's good too. We won the software. We won the accounting software from the contest and started using it right as we started the business. We started to use the Peachtree software right away, so it was really good timing.
Yeah. So what have been some of the biggest benefits of using Peachtree?
Well, I mean, right away, I got stuff for our. Oops. There we go. I got to stop wiggling around.
Yeah.
So right away, we started using it for just basic paying bills and tracking our expenses. Pretty soon, lo and behold, we had customers. We had to start making invoices. That was kind of good. Yeah. It was super easy to use right away from the start. So it was really instrumental, in doing all that.
And it sounds like you're a bit of a power user. You've really gotten in there and figured out how to use it and made it work for you. But you've had some challenges with inventory, because you've kind of an atypical inventory.
Yeah, we do. We're a food producer, basically. So, with inventory, you want to create a stock item, you want to have bills of materials. And for us, it's really hard to do that because in a single bottle of whiskey, you might have some amount of grain, and you have water, and you have yeast, and these kinds of things. But it varies. We have evaporation, so it's very difficult to tie a specific fixed quantity of stuff back to the original ingredients. So we figured out how to deal with that. I spent a lot of time November through January on the phone with Sage people, working through this problem and describing how we use this program and figuring out a way to make it work for us, and it works great now.
Good. And you were able to get some help yesterday when you were hanging out at the office?
Yeah, absolutely. Spent a whole after lunch session getting help, going through our program, how we use it, and showing how we do some stuff with a lot of stuff with Excel.
Yeah.
We have some federal reports we have to fill out, and so look forward to seeing the business intelligence stuff and how that's going to work together.
Yeah, it sounds like that might work well for you.
Yeah.
So any suggestions for us in terms of what we can add, what we can do differently in the product?
Really, for me, I'm just learning as I go. I got a preview of the 2012 stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
For me, I think the next thing, right now we're just me and my wife, so it's a mom and pop distillery. Pretty soon we're going to have to start hiring some people and having employees. So the next thing I'm going to probably be needing to figure out is the payroll.
Yeah. So there's a lot of unique aspects about your business. You have everything that you do is organic, right?
Yep.
And you've got tight ties with the community.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot about what becomes of the after product of what you create.
It's pretty neat. So we make everything is done in small batch, handcrafted, 100-gallon batches. And so when we have 100 gallons of mash, rye mash, that will produce about 10% of that is, it's a 10% alcohol beer that we're making.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll boil off and get 10% of that, which is about 10 gallons of liquor that we save and put in the barrel or bottle it or whatever.
Yeah.
And of that, then what's left over is about 90 gallons of mostly alcohol-free mash. It's about 1% rye mash. I like to think of it about like a Bud Light. We send that out to a farm. There's a farm that comes and picks it up, and it's kind of like a slurry of rye grain, and we feed the cows. We have some videos on our website of where we take it out to the farm, and the cows, they just love the stuff. They're slinging it all around, pushing people out of the way to get to it. It's a lot of fun.
So the milk is really popular among cows.
Yeah. These are beef cows, so it's kind of like Loudon Kobe beef.
Yeah, right. So you've got your whole family working there. You've got your boys working there.
11
So
and 13.
I guess that's why you have to get payroll set up, because they're realizing that dad's second baby.
Yeah, allowance doesn't cut it anymore.
Right. Yeah. So what does 2011 hold for the company?
Really, for us now, we are now in our first year. We're in 5 states. So we are now in Virginia, Maryland, D.C., which is our home region, Nashville, Chattanooga, and part of Northern California. And so that's a great start. We are now at capacity. We can no longer make enough for any more markets. And so I have calls from Atlanta, I have calls from New York wanting to get our stuff in there, and we can't support it. We don't have enough capacity. So that's the next phase for us is really expansion and buying some more equipment and hiring some people and paying my wife a salary. So,
Smart man. Yeah. Well, I hope Easter is a part of that.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we could talk for hours about it. I encourage everyone, take a look at his site, which he built by himself, by the way. It's a beautiful looking site. It's got tons of videos, really interesting stuff that you can take a look at. Scott, I appreciate you coming down.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.